let's not talk about the red, yeah? Alright, hello and welcome to the MatchDayVlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe, because it really does. Silly moments. Really does make a difference to the channel. We are here this evening to talk about the upcoming game at St Mary's Stadium. It is Brentford at home, looking to overturn the rather embarrassing 3-0 defeat in the away fixture. We're also going to be having a look back at the performance at Old Trafford, and was it points drops? And we're certainly not going to be talking about the refereeing decisions, because we're going to be talking about the performance, which is more important than that, as we all know. This broadcast is brought to you by Circl. Circl is your new football sweepstakes game where the jackpot moves with the action on the pitch. Whoever's in the hot seat at the final whistle takes the prize pot. There are many ways to stake and play. You can join the public circles or set one up with one of your mates, guaranteeing at least one of you wins the prize pot. Details are in the description, and use referral code MatchDayVlogs when you sign up to get yourself a free bet. You must be 18 or over. Please bet responsibility. BeGambleAware.org. And this week we also have a special shifter special, so go and check it out on the app there. And also, as always, it's bet 5 to get 5. There we go. There was a lot of things to remember in there. Right.
And all off the top of your head as well. Amazing.
All off the top of my head. And full disclaimer, we were trying to prep something for the intro, and we failed.
I think it's funnier if we don't say anything about it, and we just say it was a tiff.
It was. So we deeply apologise for running late. It certainly was not on our agenda to do so. Hello and welcome to the chat section. I hope everyone's doing well and feeling up for a good old chat tonight. I'm feeling buzzed after what can be described as a great performance, I think, at Old Trafford. We'll get straight onto that in just a minute. As always, let us know where you're watching this show from. It's always fun to have a look. And if you're watching this on replay, be sure to stick your thoughts in the comment section and keep the conversation going that way. And welcome, look, we've got a new member to the channel. Keys.
Love that.
Welcome. Lovely stuff. Right, let's have a chat about the United game, where effectively a decent point away from home. I thought we'd start this game very, very well, looked lively, played some great football. And all in all, I was very impressed with Gavin Bazunu. I'm going to give an extra special mention to him.
It's about time.
It's about time. Gavin Bazunu, Carl Walker-Peters, thought had a great game.
Yep.
And we were so close to get the romantic equaling of the Beckham record with a Raw Prowse free kick hitting the crossbar and bouncing over. And I imagine everyone in the away section was probably all out there with their phones out going, it's going to happen. But it's going to happen eventually. Yeah. But sadly not the case. But yeah, I mean, what a performance. I mean, a lot of the United chat is about the decision on the pitch. From my perspective, I would say it is a red card.
It is. Don't see how you can argue it.
But you have seen them not given. But that's not a reason for it not being a red card. It's a red card.
Yeah, just because they were stupid. If anything, it proves that they've learnt their lesson from the day before, and they've gone, well, that was wrong. Let's make sure we don't do that. Because was it the same ref that was on VAR? It was like, so obviously learnt from their games the previous day of like, I've missed some stuff there.
Yeah.
And he's put it into this game. But I don't see how anyone can argue it not being a red. Like, he gets the ball, he gets the very top of the ball, and he goes directly into a player. Like, his studs are so far off the ground.
Thing is, it's reckless. And just shout out for Mitch as well. Welcome to the membership.
Hey, come on,
details of how to be a member in the section below. So go and check that out. But thank you so much for the support. Greatly appreciated. I was freaking out then because I've got someone in the green room, and it's me from when we were trying to set up that silly thing earlier. So panic over. I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff live on air, because it's kind of irrelevant.
It's just you're just free flowing your thoughts, mate, and that's all you can do.
Oh, indeed. God, we got someone from Ireland, someone from Helsinki. Oh, look at that, far and wide.
We're living it. We're living it. All over the world.
Helsinki. There's a great restaurant in just off the main walk area, and it's just got the most amazing bread section. Anyway, I'm gonna stop thinking out loud.
You're really thinking what you like, saying what you think tonight, aren't you?
Yeah,
Maybe I should start that.
yeah.
Ouch,
I could get in a lot of trouble tonight.
Yeah,
Get
there
a lot
we
of
go.
trouble.
Yeah, me and Mike are on the Obi proofing tonight, so this could go anywhere tonight. we've had a paracetamol and we're ready to argue.
I've had nothing actually. I've been my pharmaceutical wife has suggested plenty of things, but no, I am sober.
Clean
you're
living, bro.
not. But
you mean you're not wrong, mate. I mean,
but let's chat football. Anyway, so yeah, a solid point, and I have to say, if someone had said to me, "We're going to get a point at United," I'd be like, "Great, brilliant, more than happy with that." But was there a sense of feeling that after the chances that we had, that it was an opportunity missed? I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that, but did you feel that kind of opportunity missed?
In some ways, yeah. When you see the opportunities, we were very, very, very unlucky. United were very, very lucky. You know, those chances that hit the post. You know, even Walcott's header was great. I know Walcott didn't have an amazing game, but that header was so close to sort of lighting everything up. But I thought we looked really promising and on the front foot. And Sellers isn't doing what Nathan Jones did. He's doing that nice blend of what Ralph did, but we're switching up the players and working those systems a little bit smarter and be able to switch throughout the game. I do find we get to 70 minutes and once Shea's tired and once Suleimana's tired and Alcaraz is tired, the game drops off a little bit. Yeah. So we need to figure out how we finish games off and how we can get that second goal in. But the fact that you had Kyle Walker-Peters shooting again from that side, even just seeing that makes me go, oh, thank God. And Peru's going to thunder it. So even if we don't have the strikers firing full blast every game, I hope in the next few games luck will be on our side just a bit more. I mean, I know you're not meant to take it in, but the amount of supercomputers I've seen in the past few weeks that predict us to stay up, it's kind of made me go, the performances really smell of a team that's fighting.
Well, I mean, you look at the form that we're on at the moment. I mean, I think I saw on Twitter that if we carry on this form, we'll finish on 43 points, which is kind of comfortable. But, the tricky thing is the fact that we've got to beat the clubs around us. So we've got to beat West Ham away. We've got to, it's the fact of giving 3 points to Leeds has really, really cost us. Because if we'd held out for a draw there, Leeds would be rock bottom, and we'd be out of we wouldn't be out of relegation zone, but we'd be one place above.
I mean, how far do we jump if we win Wednesday?
We jump above Bournemouth, so I'm pretty
sure. Do we not jump out of the bottom?
Yes.
We jump way out of the bottom.
Aren't currently in the bottom. But yeah,
you know what I mean? Like literally, a win tomorrow, and if we can somehow squeak a win against Spurs, and Spurs are iffy enough for it to happen. Obviously, we'll get onto that during that preview. But I just think that we can pick up points. It always feels like last season, when we sort of trounced Brentford 4-0 at home,
4-1,
and then go there to lose 1-0. It could be. It could flip on its head this time to us squeak out a 1-0. Still living by my what I say, mate. We're not conceding until the end of the season.
I didn't think that.
We're not conceding until the end of the season. And that you might want to take that as last game or conclude it, but we are not conceding at all. Baz is turning it around, mate. I mean, one game, but he was legit so good.
No, clean sheet against Chelsea. Clean sheet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's getting them, but there were those against the Chelsea and against Leicester. There were those flappy moments where you're like, oh my God, like it's not because of him. With this, the team in front of him has done well, and then against United, it was the first time you're like, oh my God, some of those saves were fantastic. He's really made Rashford look simple there. Some of those finishes, I was like, to be fair, Rashford made a few decisions by shooting. Baz was there. And I thought the whole team really stepped up. I still think Salasu should be starting. I just think over Bella Kocher, fair play to Bednarak. We're coming out of another game with saying that he held his own and he was a leader and he stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
And have you seen his little interview that he did this week about his exit interview?
No.
He just apologized more than
Really?
anything. He's like, listen, we're all human. We all make mistakes and choose the wrong words. But I'm
I
really
still think
enjoying.
it was lost in translation, that one. I don't
I
think he
can
really meant
I
that.
can imagine, but it doesn't look good on paper. And I think for him to actually come out and be like, "You're right," even lost in translation, probably not the best thing to say.
Yeah.
It just reeks a bit of leadership. It just reeks of he's stepping up a bit more, and you see those performances, and I'm starting to not forgive him is a ridiculous thing to say, but I'm starting to become more confident when I see Bednarak in a starting 11. Sellers is looking for that core 8 players,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Bednarak stepped up, but I do think Sally is probably still stronger than Bella Kocha. I still don't think Bella Kocha tracks that wide position well enough.
No.
I think Rashford was able to escape a few times and get down that wing because he wasn't helping down on that side.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm still torn on that. I mean, I think Sellers clearly favours Bednarak. I think he likes the.
I'm not going to argue Bednarak, but I think maybe Bednarak and Sally it should be the way to go. I just think Sally's a bit more. He just tracks wider better. I think. I just think for me that position that they're doing, or even to swap them around and have Sally on the left side and Bednarak on the right, whatever you want to do. But the one thing, all you have to do is look at Bella Koch's. Like we could talk about the red card, but that handball, even I was like, ha, woo, got away with one there, didn't we? Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be going ballistic if that was me. Fair play, United fans, but you can argue about the other. I won't hear arguments about the red card, but that handball maybe.
So comment from Jam. My throat still kills from shouting on Sunday. Those kind of performances can't really ask for more. They gave it they're all. It was clear to see. Just need to do that more consistently. Yeah, consistently is being consistent is something we've not been able to do. But looking at the last five games, doesn't look too bad. But as someone rightly said, if we don't get something tomorrow, kind of the deal doesn't really mean a lot. And I still think we need to capitalise and maximise our opportunities at home and get all the points at home. And that's what you want to be doing, really. I mean, points and a point on the road is great. But it's just a case about what you do with your home form, really. But it's a game that we feel that we can win, isn't it? I think everyone kind of has that feeling that we can win this game. We have won at home to Brentford before. It's just we've failed miserably at the community stadium, or whatever it's called.
I just feel like for the first time in a while, I felt a little bit of steady from the team. This is a little run, and this is kind of the build of a run that we needed right now. And they are doing it. I mean, clean sheets under Sellers versus clean sheets under Jones and Hasenhüttl. I mean, he's changed something there. The fact that we're not conceding, okay, riding the luck a little bit, but that's what you take. If it's the other team is relying on luck to stop them, you're doing right defensively.
Yeah.
Well, it's just down to the pure luck. So it's promising, I think, and I just like Sellers, man. Obviously, the clip that we wanted to play really proves it.
I'm sure everyone watching tonight has seen that clip on YouTube and on Twitter, the pre-match and post-match talk that Ruben Sellers was giving the dressing room. It just kind of feels like there's a real kind of like togetherness with the manager and the players. Yeah, that's clear to see. But but liking your manager is one thing, but liking your manager and being able to execute on the pitch is something we really need to do. Coming in from Adrian, come on, 4 points away to Chelsea and Man U. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that seems crazy when you put it out.
Yeah.
Put it out like that. But I mean, looking at these 3 games before we've even kicked the ball, United away, Brentford at home, and Tottenham at home. A lot of people are saying 4 points would be a decent return from this. Well, we're 1 win away from getting that, and it could be more. It could be more. So we made a great start on that. Really.
Yeah. If imagine we walk away from these 3 games with 9 points, with 7 points.
Yeah.
It'd be outrageous.
Going into the international break, out of the bottom 3.
There's part of me that also thinks about what Southampton's form coming out of the international break. That'll really set a standard, because we are the worst team coming out of an international break.
Yeah.
Quite literally, that we are the worst team coming out of the World Cup break. So it's if Sellers can get them out of that, fire him.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think we're on for the end of the season. I will say as well, when you see Prowse's stats after this weekend, the free kicks, the miles covered, and just still the relentless amount of games he's been playing. I don't care what happens in the season. I don't think he's going. I just don't think it. You don't run 300. You don't run 390 miles for a club to be like, I'm going if we go down.
It's true. Very true.
The man who's doing stuff.
Forgive me. I'm trying to make sure I've got the lineup sorted. So hang on. I do so much prep. It's ridiculous, and then I just forget the most basic things.
Exactly.
Just so annoyed with myself. But there we go.
By the way, thank you, Peter. This is a medical option tonight because I literally couldn't put a shirt over my head. My back hurts that much, so I had to slide into a shirt.
It's been an odd day. Both me and Jack have put our backs out. We're kind of synchronized. Weird.
Yeah, and literally in the worst way possible. So if the vlog tomorrow night you come across as a little bit lackluster, it's because we're both in seething pain.
Like what?
And viewers of this vlog may understand why I'm in the serious pain.
Yeah, I've jumped on your back quite a few times, but I was nowhere near you today. I haven't jumped on your back for at least a week, so...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure as my back went, somebody said Brentford. I think they meant Brentford, and my back went, no!
Oh, dear. But, what's this coming here? We need more points because others around us are just sitting back. It's mad down there. It's mad down there. And
even Palace, man. Palace are walking into it.
Yeah, but they nearly got a point against City at home, and I think they were sort of pretty resolute. But the thing for us is scoring goals. Anyone out there who's going to be getting out of this has to score goals, and lots of them, because from what I can see, we're getting 1-0 wins, which is great, but on an off day we're going to concede, but or apparently not, because Jack said that we're not going to.
We're not going to concede. We're not conceding until the end of the season.
It's fine, just one.
You kind of forget that Southampton, before we got relegated the first time, we were the relegation kings.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we all might forget that, we're now on the other side of it, fighting for our lives again. I mean, let's be honest. When we went into that Swansea game, did you really think we were staying up? Did you think Mark Hughes was going to do it?
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, we've been crapper than this and survived.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
Yeah. This is a great shout. It's a great shout.
I'll take it, please.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I saw the club did get a new sponsor today, didn't they? They got the New Forest activity. I'm pretty sure it's the place that they rent their bikes from when they all go for their pre-season cycling in New Forest.
Fair enough. Crikey. Man City scored again.
Have they really? I didn't even know there was
I saw there was a penalty, and then they suddenly got the jumping on each other again.
Who's playing? Nobody even remember that there's full on.
RB Leipzig and Man City at the Etihad.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
There we go. Sorry, where were we? Really should.
Listen, Leipzig, City in the cup's a pretty easy test.
Yeah, exactly.
If we can do it, you can do it.
The Red Bull way. Oh. So yeah, let's have a look at the predicted 11. Who we think is going to be playing. As always, what am I doing? As always, please remember sticking your.
As always, what am I doing?
Kind of seamless that was, wasn't it? Stick in your thoughts in the comments section and in the chat section what you think the team's going to be lining up against Brentford tomorrow night at St Mary's. Now, this lineup I've got here is, let me see, how close did we... This is what we suggested for United away. So, how far off were we? We basically had Peru.
But, let's be fair, that only happened because Nate Lamar's picked up an injury before the game. I think he probably would have started.
Yeah. Put that in there.
So, you're going to have to type that in again in a second and swap it back around, because I think it'll... Unless Nate Lamar's is still out.
He's injured, yep.
Did they say... I've not watched the presser today. Is he out?
He's out. He's definitely out.
And that's the team.
That's it.
That's the team. That's the team. This was an easy conversation, was it? You do not change it. Unless anybody is unless anybody's a little bit slower, a little bit sluggish. Yeah,
I still fancy. I mean, I know Walcott did get a couple of chances up front, and did get a break on the ball, so there were opportunities for him. Shame he didn't take them. I thought the chip over the goalkeeper nearly happened, but maybe Stuart Armstrong, depending on his fitness.
Here's what I would say to that is that it's so a rare occasion that you get Walcott in a fighting form. You just have to play it until it really goes off the track or he gets injured. And that's not mean to Theo. That really is just the way you do it, because the more miles he can get under his feet, the better he becomes. He's kind of like the Juggernaut from X-Men. The more momentum he gets, the more powerful he becomes.
There we go. Juggernaut from X-Men. No, I hear what you're saying. Definitely hear what you're saying. And kind of bizarrely, his start at Leicester was only his second start all season.
Exactly.
And now he's
again
against United. And
we had we talked about Theo at the end of the last stream about what he means to the team right now and what he's proven and everything like that. And the fact that it was only his second appearance, but he's fought his way into this team, and he came so close to scoring. We all have a little bit of a dip in performance. I don't think he wasn't woeful.
Yeah,
it was just not as good as the last game. So you just keep playing him. So I think Theo has to stay in the team. I think it just sets that precedent across the whilst we're still fighting for our lives, we can still make a point to the players around them that there is a way to back into this team if you feel like you're not in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ethan's got a point there. It wasn't Salasu, it was ABK.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good spot. Well done. Well done. Toby's saying Stu in for Walcott is the only change. Why am I starting Stewie? Yeah.
Like I said, I kind of think that even if you do start Stu, to bring Theo on at 70 minutes, I do think there's 90 minutes worth of a really good winger between Stu and Theo. You just kind of got to rotate it. If you've played 70 minutes with Theo, to be fair, you've played 70 minutes with Theo and 30 minutes with Stu on the weekend. Maybe it would be smart to go Stu for 70 minutes and Theo for 30. So for 20, sorry. So I do think just between them, you've got a fool. It's just, listen, I think Shea's hold up play and the work without Alcaraz is great. I just wish a striker would start scoring. I know actually needs to get on that pitch and score. Sumana, he needs a goal. He needs a goal. Yeah. He's got everything else. If he can get, between now and the end of the season, Sumana can get 5 goals, we'll stay up.
Yeah. It's coming here from Ben. I put up earlier. Need Theo just for experience and a voice in the side. Yeah, I do feel that Theo is kind of like an assistant captain. Can we say that? An assistant captain, someone sort of to.
For when Ward-Prowse has to drop a slightly bit deeper and play that 6 role, which he is a 6 now. We've seen him in a few positions this season, but he is a number 6 now, playing alongside Lavia. To have Walcott there almost. To be fair, I'm not sure, but I think Theo almost sets the press.
Yeah.
I think he's the one that calls it, because he's only got so many presses in his legs, so he knows when to save that energy and when to go for it. So I think Theo's he's so vocal on that pitch, and considering the youth that's in front of him as well, it's good to just have Theo on side. But then I think Stu has those same precedents, maybe not quite as vocal though.
Yeah. Coming in from Lee, thoughts on exactly why we bought Big Paul? I think we know why we bought Big Paul. It's because he's a striker and we needed a striker. But to answer your question, I think it's meaning why aren't we playing him? Why isn't he starting? And I do feel that this lineup lends itself to not really have a striker, if I'm honest. Yeah. And I think this is pretty much what it looks like. I mean, it's a bit of the reason why when United talk of Weghorst on the weekend, that it kind of didn't make a difference because Weghorst is useless. So it was, for them, they didn't really lose a man because they basically just shifted back.
Exactly.
And did they bring on McTominay? Was it? Well, eventually they brought on McTominay, but I'm sure they had. Was it Fred as well? So they just basically switched up their midfield and play like a false 9. And I kind of think that's what we're doing. We're not really playing with someone lingering at the top here, which makes it baffling for me. It's like, why are we bringing on Sakumara instead of Paul and Macho? I think that's the bigger question. It's like, why are we not? I
don't know why, because I think it's not quite when we bring Mara on. It is to just it's the closest to a like for like that he has there.
But he's not though, because Shay's different player.
I know he is, but I think just for what we've got now and who's been trained in this sort of line, it's probably Mara over Onuachu. However, I do think Onuachu has like we say, he has a magnet on his chest. Yeah. So if you just pump the ball up and he controls it and can take it down, I think that's all they're waiting for Paul to have a great second touch, because his first touch is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's then where it goes with that. If he can get that second touch down and you lump it up the Paul, he holds it up, and Alcaraz or they can attack that ball.
Yeah,
we're on for it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if you're going to make a change at 60 minutes, and you've got to take off Shay because he's completely gassed, I say just bring on Paul. Yep. Because it's not going to make any. Because you bring on second Mara, he's going to linger up here anyway.
To be fair, Ben's not wrong. Paul on the press is terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. That probably is it.
Yeah.
Paul on the press is terrible. Yeah. Mara's fast, then we'll get on it. Yeah. Same for. I know Adam Armstrong still gets a lot of flack because he misses sitters and he's just not what we need. But if he can get that goal and get that confidence again, like I know we say that every time, but I kind of think this system almost works better for him because he is a bulldog who runs and runs and runs.
Yeah.
But like Mara, he doesn't have the finish, or he's not he just. Like I said, I think we are 2 substitutions away from having a team that can really get at it. Yeah. If it gets to 70 minutes and we have to make that change of taking Alcaraz off and Shea, it's like, right, where you kind of have to put Mara and maybe still. It's difficult. I think that's really, really difficult. How you sort that out?
Difficult. But I'm sure the opportunity will come and he will come in. Would you make any changes for tomorrow night? I mean, I know we brought up this lineup because we were saying this is what played at United away, or at least this is what started. Any changes you can see happening?
Nah, we are at the point where it is you play it until it can't play.
Yeah. This guy on the right as well.
Yeah.
He's a right back. He can, but he's for me.
How many times have I said it when Walker Peters plays on that left-hand side with somebody capable on the right side, we just look better on the attack.
It is.
But I do like he with Peru that he does have that permission to go forward more, and he is going to take those shots off more. I just think there's more chances created on the other side because he's looking for less.
Also gives this guy more space to make breaks and move, doesn't it? When he knows he comes deeper and he's got the pace to do so. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
I just think you always have Walker Peters on the attacking side, and luckily Walcott's been quite aggressive on the attack recently. So it works on that side. Yeah. And I think Sumana does need a little bit of cover with Peru, but you never know. But I think that'll be it. Like we say, unless Walcott for Stu, because he played 60, 70 minutes on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Brentford a big team. Talk what we need at some point if we're not leading. Yeah, it's a good shout. Brentford's previous time out lost 1-0 to Everton. Everton scoring within the first minute, something like that. So that's kind of unfortunate, but there we go. It's mad when you're looking over the weekend and like watching everyone else's games. Somehow your team are wrecking your Saturday and they're not even playing. It's just the life of a football fan. Well, thank you.
Matchday ruined my weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to our audacious section of the show where we're going to predict our scores. And as always, please be sure to stick in your score prediction in the chat section, and me and Jack will be sure to go through those the second we've gone through ours. And I'll be reading those out live on air. Now, it's your go to go first, isn't it?
Nah, surely it's your. Is it? I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. I'll have you go first.
Hold on. There was the big 4-0 prediction. I went second there, right?
Yeah.
And then the next one, you would have gone first. So, yeah, it's my turn to go first, I guess. Right? I'm going 3-0 Southampton.
Oh. Okay.
And it's gonna absolutely ruin my back. We're going to get everything we need. Southampton under the lights on a Wednesday. Prowse is going to break the record. We're going to get 3 points, and then we're going to go the weekend and bash Spurs about. It's going to be amazing.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So, Prowse, Theo, and Sumana.
Nice. Okay, I like that. I like that. And of course, I should have known it was going to be a nil at the end because we're not conceding till the end of the season, right?
We're not conceding to the end of the season.
This is great news, Jack.
Take that to the bank.
Yep, absolutely. What am I going to go for? Right, you're going 3-0.
Got this.
I'm not going to be able to top that. I'm not going to be able to top that. I'm going to go for a slightly more conservative 2-0 Southampton.
First of all, we don't do conservatives on this channel.
It's true.
But fair play. I like it.
Exactly. Another clean sheet for Baz. It's going to be tough, though. I kind of feel that I was kind of hoping Ivan Toney would be banned by now, but he's not. So, oh well.
Yeah, will all of his goals be struck off next season when that ban comes up?
Yeah, I'm not sure that will help us in the away fixture, but
Yeah, but in over time, surely.
Over time, who knows? No, the reason for that logic is, I know Leicester didn't have a shot on target, but a clean sheet is a clean sheet. But yeah, Brentford struggle to score on the road. I hope that doesn't bite me in the backside. But so yeah, that's why I'm kind of going with that. And I kind of feel like the momentum inside, the way we played against United. I mean, the United still looked dangerous, even with 10 on the pitch. And they only took off Weghorst, who's rubbish anyway, so it didn't really make that much of a difference. So
again, it's another it's another big test for Ruben. It's Brentford, a team that at the beginning of the season you'd like to pick up 6 points against, but we all know Thomas Frank's a really good manager and the squad is really well drilled. So how does this team line up against another well coached team? And I say another because I honestly do feel under Sellers we are a well coached team. But where does that come when we play a team like Brentford? Because Brentford, Brighton, those sort of teams are so good right now.
Yeah.
When I watch Brighton play, I am just like, they're real good. Even without Potter, turns out these players
we're the best team on the South Coast.
Oh, but we are though. We are the best team on the South Coast. Like that is the truth.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gospel that.
Did you say that's gospel? No, it's not.
No, it's gospel.
Oh, sorry.
I think Tony might have come off with a hamstring problem last game. Oh, so I don't want to say that's good news because
who's got him in FPL? Has he got a little red? It's got a little red.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Check the fantasy side. Right, I'm going to go to the top of the score prediction. Where do we start?
Also, I've bombed down to 4th in the MatchDayVlogs fantasy league, and I'm upset with that. I've had a few rough weeks. I'm only 30 points behind the top, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
No. There we go. Right, I'm going to start with Josh. No relation to Adam. Haven't done that in a while, have I, Josh? There we go. He's going for a 2-0 Saints on Nuacho header and a Sulemana. Wow, our January signings come to the rescue. That'd be great.
That'd be nice.
Pro Club's going for a 2-0, and it's an Shea Adams double. Got some confidence in here. Mark Talbot, 2-1 Saints. Will huff and puff this one. It's gonna be a tough one. I don't think it's gonna be an easy game. Joe Bayliss is also going for 2-0. Theo and a James Ward-Prowse free kick. James 397 so going for a 3-1. Keys, remember the channel is going for 2-2. Carl Walker Peters Shea will be up 2-0 up. Oh, no, I would hate to see that. That's not a very good one. Teef is going for a 3-1 Saints. Alcaraz, Theo, Paul, and Tony. He has a bet on it.
Nice one.
Mike's going for a 6-2.
You want to download Circl, I reckon, pal, because that's if you want a fun way to get your games entertained.
Exactly, and I've heard that
QR code's hidden by the banner.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let me just adjust that. There we go.
There you are. Get on it.
There we go. Go check that out. Where do I get to? I did Mike's, didn't I? Mike's going for a 6-2. Liam's going for a 2-0 Saints. Great Escape Mark 2 continues. That'd be rather nice. Stuart Roberts is going for an audacious 4-0. Sulemana.
You get the click, Stuart. See this?
Theo and Tall Paul. Oh man, I'm getting a Five Guys milkshake if that happens. God, that'd be a celebration, wouldn't it?
Did you say you get a Five Guys milkshake for all of the Itchin North? That's awful kind of you.
I think it might have been a break in the link there, but there we go. I'm just going for 3-0 Saints. James Ward-Prowse, Stuart Armstrong, and Sulemana. Toby's also going for 3-0. Jainsbury hat-trick. Okay.
He wins the ball. Wins the ball in the air.
He does indeed. Lee's going for 3-1. Morgan Crabb, member of Chance, going for 5-0.
Yes.
I mean, there were 5 goals last time at St Mary's when these two sides played. They weren't all for Southampton, but there were 5 goals. James Ward-Prowse, Bray, Sulemana getting his first, Alcaraz, and Big Paul. Toby, have you switched it to a realistic? Realistically, 2-1 coming from behind with Ward-Prowse and Stu.
Toby. We're not conceding until the end of the season. Get with the programme. Chris knows. Chris has got it.
Chris is going for a 2-0, both in the second half. Smiles all round. Kevin's also going for a 2-0 because it's at home. Ollie's going for a 2-0. James Ward-Prowse and Alcaraz. So I just assumed you're okay with the Ollie. It's Oliver. Sorry, I don't want to assume.
How dare you, Mike?
I know. It should really matter. So John's going for a 3-1 Saints. Sulemana, Theo, Toolpool, 2 debut goals. Tony for them. There we go. Ben's going for a 3-0 Walcott hat-trick. Oh, we'd love to see that.
Imagine.
Delgo's going for a return. 4-1. Same as it was last time these two sides played in the Premier League at St Mary's. So James Ward-Prowse free kick. 25-yard volley. Stu and Charlie Alcaraz. Ooh.
I'll take that.
Charlie's going for a 1-0. Shea scores a scrappy goal. I take it. You only get 3 points. 3-0 easy, chaps. Love
Absolutely.
the confidence.
Here we go.
From Nick there.
All you've got to do is visualize, and everything will come true.
Tom's worried that Thomas Frank will not want to lose 2 games at versus Everton, Southampton in 5 days and don't get beaten often. They don't get beaten often. But they're much better at home than they are away. But there we go. Tom, you're going for a heart says 2-0. That's all I need to read. Fantastic.
You don't read that other one. The other one was null and void.
Yeah. Paul's going for a 1-0 tall ball header. 85 minutes from a James Ward-Prowse corner. They all get 3 points. I'm happy with all of these. Cassa's going for a 1-0 Saints. We'll grind out another cleanie. Saints are on the up undersellers. The other teams are playing us differently. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I think
1-0.
I think teams around us are maybe starting to notice. Starting to notice a little bit. So there's a little bit of something happening at St Mary's.
Are we going to do this again, Jack?
What? Well, yeah, Thursday night, mate. Oh, you mean stay up?
No. This. Yanni B scores a goal and Saints win. Are we getting Yanni B shirts?
I will get Yanni B printed onto one of my existing Southampton shirts. Absolutely. If it's the winner, and I mean the winner for us and not for Brentford.
Yeah. Mike will buy block 1 all around. At St Mary's, what was it, like £6 a pint at the moment? That would ruin me. Sorry. Like and subscribe. We'll get there. One
day we'll be able to buy around.
Probably a 1-0 free kick from James Ward-Prowse. Oh, love it.
Lovely.
Floppy's going for 1-0. We're just fine. There we go. I think I've finally got to the bottom of it. Mike buys the whole attendance Yanni B shirts. You know, with the sale on, that might be cheaper than buying everyone a pint.
It might be. End of the season.
Never know. I have to have a word with the club, see what we can do. Everyone gets a Yanni B shirt. Fantastic.
Just what everybody wanted.
Indeed. Right, fantastic. Well, that pretty much concludes our thoughts on the game. We've given our score predictions. Any final things to round up the show, Jack? Any thoughts on the weekend's fixtures? I mean, there was a few crazy games going on. Bournemouth getting a result against a rather awful Liverpool. That was rather depressing.
Yeah, Liverpool suck, don't they? I don't know where that's come from.
They were awful. I really want to play a Liverpool side like that every week at St Mary's because I think it would be a nice future game. But no, I think Bournemouth did play well. They did play well.
Yeah, Bournemouth played really well. I think you can't just, again, most people, pundits and everything, will just give it straight to straight to Liverpool. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Bournemouth really held their own.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I didn't see an awful lot of the weekend, to be honest with you. I mean, too busy working in Grafton. It was kind of a weekend off of football. Even this game, I had to watch him in my pocket, like walking around B&M. It's great.
Tom, I did miss your joke. Block 1 is empty currently. I missed that. That was right there. Set it up for me beautifully as well. I do apologise. Yeah, no, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, everyone else picked up on the joke, but I didn't. Opinions on Carl Peters? Great player, great game. I think he's better on the right. I think that's I think we'll all agree on that. So yeah, there we go. I think we are looking at the table now. I mean, the crazy thing about it is that there aren't a lot of points separating all the way up to 12th. I think everyone underneath Crystal Palace, and including Crystal Palace, is in it. And no one's cut adrift, and I think it's going to go to the end of the season, and perhaps ended up on the final game, really. But yeah, no, kind of crazy stuff. And
do we want to discuss the Kyle Walker-Peters situation?
I was just about to say that. Yeah, of course, the rather unfortunate nature of abuse coming through on Twitter. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. I mean, the worst thing for me is, many of you know, I've got 2 young kids, and I've actually had to, when they say to me, what's racism, and I explain it to them, and the first words they say to me is, "That's stupid." I'm like, yeah, it is. It's just stupid. I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous. And why we're still talking about it in 2023.
Yeah, the fact that we're here talking about it, I tend to say that this show is a bit more on the optimistic and positive side of things, and we don't like to talk about negatives. But for God's sake, Matt, like, it was just,
yeah.
And the same as 2 years ago. I'm glad the club said about the game 2 years ago about the 9-0. You mean, for what they said to Yankovic and all that. It's just scumbags, and the silence from United speaks volumes.
Yeah, that seems very, very odd. I mean, especially as Southampton have made a statement and made it very, very clear. I think there's plenty of the players have got involved as well. Even some of the players from the United side, I think I saw sort of getting involved, saying this isn't acceptable. But it's just weird that Man United wouldn't put out an apology on the behalf of the fan base. I mean, it's however small group numbers it is, it's still idiots, and they just need to, whether Twitter can get involved and eradicate this their way. But
need to do, and let's be fair, we need to do more in the stands. If you see it, call it out.
Yeah.
You hear it, say something.
Yeah.
That's
just
what
don't tolerate it. Don't tolerate it. That's it's speak out against it. Whenever you can, really. But yeah. Kind of sad, really. We have to talk about these things, but if we don't talk about them, they don't change. So
I think one of the saddest things about it is that we can sit here this week and say, shame on United for not saying that. But on another week, you wouldn't be surprised to hear it from someone at Southampton as well. So it's just it's everywhere. It's not just per club. One club isn't more than the other. It's everywhere. Everyone needs to sort it out. If you hear your mate say something, there's no time to stop being mates for a second.
Yeah, and just say, that's not on, is it? Come on. So yes, let's hope that those involved. I mean, I did see in the news today that the fan that racially abused Ivan Toney has got a 3-year or a 5-year ban from every single football stadium in the country, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the kind of bans that you need to do. So yeah.
And I hear our mate with the bow from Portsmouth. I don't think he has long left.
Oh, really?
Apparently so. Apparently he made. Apparently I've seen a lot of people say that apparently he crossed the line a bit over the weekend, as if he hasn't before. But
What's he done?
He went into the women's bathroom and then said some crazy stuff. I don't want to go too far into it, but when someone like him, and I think credit to Portsmouth fans to call that out because it's not on, and I did see Twitter alight because obviously there was enough Southampton fans being like, "Look at this idiot, finally." But you got to give it where it's due. There have been Pompey fans that have called that out, and you've got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Look at me reaching across the aisle.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no. Let's continue to get this stuff out of football and out of society. Really, it's the main thing to do. Really. Right then. Anything else that we can end on slightly more positive note? Maybe I don't know. We've got 2 games in the coming days. It's
Chris, this is a better shirt than anything you've ever owned. First of all, I know what you're thinking. Nan's sofa looks really good on Jack, and it does.
It looks a bit like our away kit, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, sure. That's what I was going for.
It's like
when I see this shirt,
our 3rd kit and our 2nd kit.
When I see this shirt, I think Spitfires. Nice. One of the best charity shop finds we've ever had. Good job.
Fantastic stuff. Indeed. There we go. Well, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us live during the broadcast. Thanks to everyone who's got involved during the show in the chat section. Obviously, if you are watching on replay, please be sure to stick in your thoughts on the game coming up tomorrow, and also any thoughts you may have on the Man United point away at Old Trafford. But as always, we will be at St Mary's. Me and Jack will be going along in our crutches and getting along to the stadium. It is a 7:30 kickoff tomorrow night, so just remember that, because I think that's probably going to catch out quite a few people. I don't know why it's 7:30. Is it on Amazon or something?
I assume so.
Okay, it's annoying.
Well, annoying. But then again, like I say, my plan to finish work quite early tomorrow. So
nice.
Finish at 12. Heat my back until it's time to go.
Nice. That's the way to do it. Fantastic stuff. But as always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And me and chat. We'll see you in the next one. All right. See ya.